What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Patty, and you may be asking yourself right now, oh God, why is it all dark? Oh Lord, is this the end? Oh Lord. No, everything's fine. We're actually here today to talk about our favorite game, Dragon Raja. So this is actually going to be a why y'all should try it. So I know about half of my subscribers and everything are from Raid Shadow Legends, so this video is part for them, part for anybody else that is thinking about checking out the game. Everything you see playing behind me is all stuff I have captured myself. None of this is promotion video. This is going to be all your boy's bad camera work and capturing. So just wanted to throw that in there. I really like having actual gameplay and everything to show what you're going to be seeing. And first thing first, one of the top reasons you should be looking at this game is it's beautiful. Oh my God, it's pretty. They built this using Unreal Engine 4, and like it shows up. If you walk by like water puddles and stuff in the game, like you see reflections of the city in the water. Mirrors and everything work up great. Like it is insane the level of detail they've gotten in a phone game. Like this is a phone game. But I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I kind of, now that we're about 2 weeks into the game being out, want to kind of do a introduction. This is why you should play. So first off, it is I guess an anime MMO is the best way to describe it. We've got the assassin class up here behind me. They're essentially a mix between a mage and a rogue. So if you like blowing stuff up from afar and then also pulling out some knives and getting a little stabby time in, this is the perfect class for you. It's a lot of fun. It has some drawbacks. A lot of its AoEs can be dodged in PvP and stuff like that. So if you're planning on like, oh, I'll run this and it'll be the grossest thing in PvP, I wish, buddy. This is the class that I made. Also ignore the numbers because I have a bunch of alts, so that's where we get some of the other numbers. So while these look all nice and pretty and you look at the other classes like, oh, why aren't they hitting for 20k? They're not my main. Okay, they're not my main. So this game is heavily story driven. And there's actually a book series that this is drawing from for source materials, and you can really tell like the story and world building is amazing. The game has a pretty long introduction period. You can, the tutorial takes you up to about level 10, 15, but really I'd say the game doesn't start until you get into like, 45, 50, start getting past there. Because up until that point, the game is using the story to introduce some different features and different stuff. So that's when the game, really starts picking up. Until then, there is a lot of story to get through, and the story is one of the best parts of this game. Like the story is absolutely amazing. As far as combat and everything goes, it is a lot of fun. You have a jump and a dash, and you can use basically those two things 3 times before you run out of stamina on your bar. So think an MMO where everyone has mobility just built into how controls work in the game. I wish there were dashes and jumps and like this and some other MMOs. I think that adds such a nice level to PvP, to PvE. It's nice being able to get around. You give your boy more options, he's going to be a happier boy. That's just how the world works. I don't know what to tell you. So we've actually got the Blade Master pulling up on screen now. This class is actually can be tank or it can just be pure DPS. They have a lot of chaining abilities, and it makes the class feel very rewarding, very engaging. It's probably the most hands-on class in the game, especially because they're melee DPS, so positioning matters. If you've ever played any MMOs or anything like that before, standing behind the target gives you advantage to crit and everything. And they're just so much fun. They have built-in CC immunity to a certain degree, so they're very hard to control in PvP, and they have a lot of stuns and other actionable abilities built into their skills. So a lot of things like knock stuff up in the air, knock them back, stun them outright, and all that stuff makes them just absolute PvP gods. So if you're PvP keen and you're one of my people that might have BlueStacks installed on their computer, Playing this with mouse and keyboard is absolutely disgusting. The level of control you have versus phone players is out of this world. And so the things you're able to pull off with classes like this and a setup like that, you're gonna have a good time. All right, so we've actually got the Gunslinger popping up next. So this is, think a hunter and like a hunter with like a rogue energy system. So all of their attacks build up energy on this bar over here. And once that fills up, certain moves become available. You can see the first one just came up, so they're able to use that. That has can do a little bit of an AoE damage on impact. So when you group things up real nice, like, does a whole lot of nice stuff. It's a very, very fun class. They don't have like 2 modes or 2 forms that they switch between, but they do have like traps, and they do have a giant Gatling gun that stuns everything as it's hitting it. It's gross. You also cannot be CC'd while you're in this mode. Gunslinger skills, several of them have abilities to essentially keep the caster from being CC'd. So this is a very highly mobile class. Obviously, I'm trying to capture footage and not controlling the character and running around, but they can just keep running and gunning for days. Running and gunning. And they cover slinging too. They slinging these out here. They're slinging fucking rockets out here. Like, they're just... They doing their job. They have... Their great damage and their great mobility benefits them a lot in PvP, along with the CC stuff that they have on their skills. So Gunslinger is definitely a solid way to go. We've got our Soul Dancer here. So this is a mix between a healer and a support character. And you might be thinking, like, well, aren't the healers already support characters? Their healing isn't big and crazy. They're not going to be healing people from 0 health, back up to full and everything like that. But through their damaging and through their skills, they do have innate healing built in. So they're about half healer, and then between all the debuffs and other things that they bring to the table are half support that way. People have also reportedly built them in a damage-focused way and seem to enjoy themselves a whole lot. These guys are absolutely disgusting to try and 1v1 against. If you are both equally matched in power and try to fight a Soul Dancer, as almost anybody, even some Blade Masters will get a run for their money. Soul Dancers just have that outlast and have that built-in sustain that they're going to be so hard to kill. The chances of them getting support before you do, probably pretty good. People try to back their healers up. So definitely watch out for this class. So all in all, the game is just very, 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 very fun. There is a little bit of something for everybody. There's professions, there's cosmetic stuff that you can do. They really tried to pack in a whole bunch of stuff. Hell, in the character creation, you can spend an hour making your character. The attention to detail and the ability they give you to do what you want to in this game it is impressive for a phone game. They do better than, a lot of current MMOs, in my opinion. And this is on a phone. So definitely give this a shot. If it's not your bag, I can completely understand. If you enjoy being more of a passive player, please do understand that you do get auto combat in this game, so there is a fair amount of this that you can play passively. And then just, outside of the challenge modes and dungeons and everything that you can do, some of those things require you to be a little bit more hands-on. So, real fun game. Lots of fun stuff to do. There's PvP, there's battlegrounds, there's guild wars, all kinds of guild events. Definitely check it out. I've got a whole bunch of videos on it, so definitely feel free to take a look at some of those, especially if you're wanting to take a look at the classes and see what they're like. I have good breakdowns on all the individual skills, their descriptions, and some kind of overall guides on how to best try and pair them up and everything. So it is a really fun game. I really hope to see some more of y'all on it. I appreciate y'all stopping in with me today and checking it out. And this has been your boy Patty, and we out of here. Deuces.